He's been an award-winning media personality and producer. As a speaker, he's empowered over 1 million people from the stage. Now one of the leading business coaches and brand experts is taking over the world of on-demand audio. It's the Business Bully Podcast. Now here's the business bully himself, Dave Anderson.
Gentlemen, thanks so much for being here. The Business Bully Podcast is being brought to you by Audible. With over 180,000 titles to choose from, Audible has something just for you, and you can get your free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/bully. And I'm excited to be here. Yes. Woo! Feeling good, people. Feeling good. Thanks so much for those of you who are joining me live via Facebook and Periscope. I'm so happy to see you. I'm calling this broadcast very simply put, 5 reasons your competition is killing you. One thing that I noticed is that a lot of people get caught up in what things are going on around them, and they can't figure out how to get to the next step. They can't figure out what is the way to move in the best direction for their business. And so what I wanted to do was come on here and give you an opportunity to learn some things that I've learned and glean some things that I've gleaned. So if you have not shared this podcast, I suggest you do so right now, because it's going down in a major way. All right, so I'm not putting these in any particular order, but let's just say we'll count from 5 to 1. Is that fair? Awesome. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and get into it. The top 5 reasons your competition is killing you. One of the biggest reasons your competition is killing you is because they are not focused on you. They're focused on their mission. What I see a lot of people do is they say, oh, well, look at such and such is doing this, and such is doing that, and such is doing this. And then after a while, it's like you become so consumed with such and such that your stuff begins to falter. You cannot win looking at what somebody else is doing. You have to learn to run your race. The reason that you're so caught up in what somebody else is doing is because you have not fully understood your place in the universe. And so what you're trying to do is find the next best thing, or try to find out what the big people are doing, or the big boys are doing, or what the next person is doing. And because they're not focused on you, they're able to move in a different way. Hey, Trendy Savings, they're able to move in a different way than you are, because they're free of the nonsense that comes with trying to check somebody else out and get a look on the competition. I'm not saying don't look at what happens at all. What I'm saying is you should be so busy that competition should be looking at you, not the other way around. And what I see happening is that people just get caught up in looking at everything and everybody other than who they need to look for. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Shout out to Trendy Savings. I see you. What's up, Tracy? What's up, Bree? I see you. Thanks so much for being here. And so because they're not focused on you, they're able to do things that you're not able to do. And the truth of the matter is, even if they are focused on you, they're not bitter. A lot of you are bitter. Like, you're like, oh, such and such just scored a big contract that I wanted, and I don't know what I'm going to do. And oh, my Lord, all my life I had to fight. It's like, stop. You sound ridiculous. You sound immature. You sound like a crybaby. You sound like a petulant child who does not understand their place in the world, and I need you to knock that off right the heck now. And I'm going to get to something as we go through this, man, that is extremely important. In case you did not know, I am teaching a class on the importance of growing your business through YouTube. So you can go to bit.ly/YouTubeBully. Go to bit.ly/YouTubeBully and check that out. I'm going to get into more details on that in a minute. The next reason your competition is killing you is, wait for this one, because this one's going to hurt y'all. So if y'all haven't gotten hit with that last brick, I'm going to definitely hit you with this one. It's they know the value of the team, and they will invest. So many of you, bit.ly/YouTubeBully, will not invest in your product, will not invest in your services, will not invest in your further education, will not invest in your coaching, and will not invest in the people who can handle the nonsensical minutia that is going to take you to the next level. And so what winds up happening is you get your tail kicked day in and day out, because while you're focusing on, let's just say you make widgets, while you're focusing on making, you're also focusing on email marketing, you're also focusing on graphics, you're also focusing on your Facebook ads, you're also focusing on print ads, you're also focusing on everything else. other than the real thing that's going to make you the bread in the long run, and that's why you get jacked. And that's why people are lapping you. You cannot sit around and get caught up in, I don't know if I can afford that right now. I don't really see the value in coaching. I don't understand why people get coaches. I don't need no coach. Can't nobody coach me to make widgets. I've been making widgets because my great-granddaddy Cecil been making widgets since 1865. And since every time I've seen pictures of my great-granddaddy making widgets, I knew I was going to make widgets too. And it's like, yo, you sound like a moron. Like, look, I don't do all of this by myself. I wish I did. Now, I do make some of this happen, but everybody needs a coach. Even my coach got a coach. Like, you need somebody to push you, to show you things, to show you where the holes are. I'm going to put it to you like this. Michael Jordan, who was arguably the greatest player who ever got himself a basketball, made sure that he had a coach. Now, the first coach he had didn't do anything with him. You know, the second coach he had was Phil Jackson, and with Phil Jackson, he got 6 rings. So, aside from making sure that he was surrounded by the right people on the team, and that took some time, had to get the acquisition of Dennis Rodman, had to get Scottie Pippen, you know, you got to get Horace Grant and all those other people that made up that Bulls team. You also have to keep in mind that you can have the greatest talent in the world, but if somebody is not focusing that talent, then you are going to lose each and every single time. And that's why I sit up here and I teach these courses, and I get people in my inbox talking about, well, I know you're doing a 6-figure podcast, and I know you're doing a 6-figure YouTube channel. I know you got millions of people on YouTube, and I want to get down on that, but I only got $50. Well, then move around, partner. Because I don't have a $50 version of this course. I don't. You know what I mean? And it didn't take me $50 to get this information. It didn't take me $50 to get to 2.4 million on YouTube. So you can't sit up here and do that. Liz says, you're a great coach. Can't type much right now working on a client. Liz, get the money. I ain't even mad at you. But the thing of it is, y'all won't surround yourselves with people. And if it's not a money thing, it's an ego thing. And I know that brick just hit a whole lot of people. It's either your money or your ego. Somebody say, wow. Because let me put it to you this way. You believe you're the only person that can handle everything. I'm telling you right now, they do not give awards for people who go in and kill themselves to prove that they can do it all. You know what they do? They give them flowers at their funeral when everybody comes watching them to be buried. And they sit up there and they display people. It's your ego that's keeping you from finding the team and saying the 3 words that will free you from mediocrity. I need help. Instead, you like to embrace the 3 words that keep you mediocre, which is, I got this. Let me tell you something. Here's what you miss, and this is the problem with a lot of you hobbyists playing like your business owners. Can I keep it real? Somebody say yes if I can keep it real, because I don't think I've kept it real enough for you on this point. So I'm gonna drive this home. If I can keep it real, somebody tell me a yes right now. I need some yeses in the chat room because I need y'all to tell me that I can keep it real. Okay, I'm gonna keep it real right now because the yeses are flying up my screen. Oh man, they flying on Facebook. They flying over here on Periscope. So I'm taking it like y'all can hear what I'm saying. So I'm gonna give it to you. Y'all honestly think that you are capable of getting there by yourself. Y'all are honestly in some kind of delusional, magical bubble where you think that it just happens. Yes, when LeBron James gets on that court, he dominates, but he still has to have people to pass to. The water boy is important. The person who's sweeping up the sweat, the sweat mopper boy, he's important. I don't know if that's a term. Hashtag sweat mopper boy. Sweat mopper boy is important. Sweat mopper boy's life matters. You see what I'm saying? Every little piece plays a big part. On top of that, LeBron went to school with a few of his homeboys, and one of them's his agent, one of them's his lawyer, one of them's his accountant. You don't put yourself in that position because you're afraid of synergy. Hashtag sweat mopper boy. And because you don't understand the importance of the sweat moppers, you don't realize if the sweat mopper boy was not there, and LeBron is going up and he's taking it through the lane and he's dip-dabbing and he's sweeping like this and he goes up and then all of a sudden he looks like a Scooby-Doo cartoon, goes because he slips on all that sweat. Boom. concussion, boom, career over. All because the sweat mopper boy wasn't there. But if you're not willing to hire the sweat mopper boy, you're going to fall just like LeBron would without the sweat mopper boy. What do you do? You didn't go to school for graphic design, so why the hell are you designing your own graphics? And please don't give me this nonsense because you took a bullshit $17 Canva course that you don't need somebody to handle graphics. I've been doing graphic design since 1997, and I don't even do my own graphics. You want to know why? Because my time is better spent doing other things. You have to invest in yourself. And then let me hit you with this one. You fake entrepreneurs, not all of you, so if a hit dog barks, bow wow. Listen to me. The reason you really want to invest financially is because you don't have enough knowledge to realize that you can write off all of the investments in your coaching, in your graphic design, in your mileage, in your clothing. All those things get written off with your taxes. What's up, Don? What's up, Ashley? What's up, Kaylin? So all I'm saying to you is if you understood what it meant to be a business owner, you would understand the importance of investing in your team. If you invest in your business, you are going to get a return on investment. I invested in coaching, and I made that money back probably within 10 days. You have to put yourself in a position to win. And that's why I'm teaching, so many courses. That's why I'm writing so many books, because I want to be able to put you in a position to win, but you have to put yourself in a position to win. Most of y'all still going to H&R Block for your taxes. How, Sway? You think they're going to do all those deductions? Do you think they're going to find all that money for you? Man, please, don't let these H&R Block commercials fool you, talking about get your taxes won. You know it costs money to get Don Draper on them commercials, right? You know they had to pay IBM a nice little check to get Watson, right? So y'all got to stop with all this nonsense, man. bit.ly/YouTube bully. So, if I can move on, if I can go to the next level, if I could take y'all a little farther on the top 5 reasons your competition is killing you, in case you're keeping score. Number 5 is they're not focused on you. Number 4 is they know the value of team and will invest both time, energy, and money, and burying their ego in doing so. All right? I don't understand how people don't understand that you're not a tax expert, but you're missing out on deductions. Because if you knew like I knew, if you know like I know, you don't want to step to this. So, I'm going to tell you right now, you would make more money if you just were willing to get in and pay the people to do the job. I know it hurts, and I know you're like, where am I going to get this money from? But the thing of it is, you can't get the money all by yourself because your hands ain't big enough. You need somebody to secure the bag, you feel me? So, they aren't focused on you. They know the value of team and will invest and bury their ego while doing it. Oh, this one right here, number 3, ladies and gentlemen and lady friends, batten down the hatches because it's about to go down. Secure the bag. You already know. Listen, one of the main reasons your competition is killing you is because they're focused on the next 3 goals. They're focused on the next 3 goals. Let me say that again. They're focused on the next 3 goals. This is what you're doing. Literally. Oh, well, I'm planning out, and I'm going to do this thing, and then when I get this right, and then when Halley's Comet comes the next 86 years, by that time, I'm going to have everything in place, and then on top of that, what's going to happen is I'm going to do a triple axel and then backflip, and then get into a pirouette, and then do a Greg Louganis dive 20 feet off the cliff, and then once all that happens, then at that point, swap, all the stars out tonight. Let me tell you something. I don't have time to wait for the stars to align. I don't have time to wait for what's going to happen. Meanwhile, in between, while somebody just said, thank you, Shayla Rock, you better say it, somebody took you out. Y'all are getting snuffed out here by people who ain't got an ounce of your talent, but they understand that you have to get this work. And you can't do that making sure every little thing is perfect. I'll never forget this. I saw this interview with Robert Kiyosaki, and people thought it was the most arrogant thing in the world, and I loved every minute of it. Robert Kiyosaki was talking about he went and he met with a young lady who wanted to interview him, and she was resentful that she got the assignment. And the reason she was resentful that she got the assignment is that she majored in English, and she works for this newspaper, and her book ain't selling. And she realized that there were grammatical errors in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and so she was just determined to confront Robert Kiyosaki. And she says to Mr. Kiyosaki, "Listen, man, what is it that you're doing that I'm not? Because I don't understand this. I'm majored in English. I graduated magna cum laude. I'm an excellent writer. I'm actually a journalist. You didn't even want to write a book. You were trying to push your game. So what is it that you're doing that I'm not doing, and what makes you so much better than me?" And he says, and he stops and he looks at her. He says, and he says, "Can you do me a favor?" And she says, "Yeah." He says, "Can you pick up my book?" And she's like, "Yeah." So she grabs the book off the table and looks at it. He says, "What do you see?" She's like, "Rich Dad, Poor Dad." She's like, "What else do you see?" He says, "Robert Kiyosaki." He says, "What else do you see?" She says, "Well, what?" It says, "New York Times best-selling author." He says, "Yeah." "Now show me where it says best writing author." See, the thing of it is, y'all are so busy trying to be Patty Perfect, you know what I mean, and George got it together, that you miss out on the real thing. Robert Kiyosaki got plenty of grammatical errors in Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I got plenty of grammatical errors in Pitch, Close, Upsell, Repeat. Guess what? Don't stop it from being a bestseller, though, does it? No. So, there's that. So, if you want to get there, you need to understand that you're focusing on minutia, and minutia is killing you. It is the quicksand that is drowning your business. That's why you're stuck. You are so worried about making it perfect that people who are doing mediocre are killing you. You want a better example? Y'all sitting around here, you got your little food trucks, and you got your burgers, and your burgers got 15 different types of spices in it. You're using cumin, and you're using your chili powder, and you're using your chili pepper, and bit.ly/YouTube bully if you haven't already gone there and signed up, because we're going in on this situation. You got all your ingredients, and yet and still McDonald's is serving billions of burgers with grade D meat on a system that has been duplicated over and over and over and over again. But you got this perfect burger. So you and your perfect burger ass is getting lapped by some mediocre burgers served up by some people with attitudes who really don't want to be there because they're overworked and underpaid, and now they barely need the people because they got kiosks. So now they got kiosks. You just go up to the kiosk and just order your burgers, and then poof, somebody come out and hand it to you, swipe, and you go. And that's the thing. Like, the system is only going to get more finite. And because the system's getting more finite and more technology is going to be in place, y'all ain't going to be satisfied until B6517 is now taking your job. B6517 is a robot. Beep, beep, beep. I think you waited too long. Beep, beep, beep. I think right now you're focused on the wrong thing. Beep, beep, beep. I think right now, because you're focused on one goal and they're focused on three, they're lapping you over and over and over and over again, and you can't figure out why. Well, I just let you know on what the mystery is, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all don't get it because y'all won't get it. You won't get out of your own way. You won't realize that nobody cares about how perfect it is. Nobody cares about how pretty it is. They care about whether or not it works. When I go into my Hyundai, I don't worry about whether or not it's pretty. I don't worry about if there's a ding. I worry about does it start? That's it. Is there gas in it? Yes. Is the oil change? Yes. Is the registration right? Yes. Is the insurance right? Yes. Then I'm out. But y'all sitting up here listening to rappers, getting your head swole, listening to these trap rappers talking about, I woke up in a new Bugatti. Let me tell you something. They're going to bury you in that Bugatti by the time your punk ass get it, because you're so busy being left. You ain't never going to make the money to get that Bugatti because you move too slow. You ain't got no team. You're focusing on the wrong things. You won't invest in yourself, and you're focused on one goal so hard that you don't even make any move on it. And then you do this. You have analysis paralysis. You have what I call demonstration constipation. And that's when you sit up there and you just, I have a question. I have a question. I have another question. Get a question. You sound constipated and you're just pushing out this big log of mediocrity instead of just moving. I'm so sick. I have a question, Mr. Ed. Bop! And still, nobody wants that. You see what I'm saying? So what winds up happening is you get caught up. You have to speed this process up. You have to put yourself in a position to get there. And you can't do that worrying about the little details. I'm not saying quality is not important. That's not what I'm saying. Please don't get this twisted. I am saying that the lack of moving forward is keeping you stuck, and you cannot win like that. So, let's move on. In the 5 reasons your competition is killing you, I've already gone over the fact that they're not focused on you. I've already told you that they know the value of team and will invest. both their time, money, and resources, and definitely not invest so much time, money, and resources into their own ego. I've already talked about the fact that they're focused on the next 3 goals while you're busy planning and plotting. Oh, wait for this one. Y'all ain't gonna like this one. The next one is they're not worried about the superficial. See, a lot of times we get caught up in superficial stuff. Oh, well, I'm working on my MacBook, and if I waited, let me tell you something. There are people right now who have $6,500 umbrella lights. They've got, suicidal hype, Kodak cameras and setups and gaffers and boom mics and all this sort of other stuff, and they ain't got half the views on YouTube I got. bit.ly/YouTube bully. I don't care about your fancy equipment. You can't beat the show. You see what I'm saying? And that's the thing. I make sure that I'm not focused on the superficial. I focus on giving you what it is you come to me for. You come to be entertained, you come to be motivated, and you come to be informed. That's what I focus on. Entertainment, motivation, information. Period. Entertainment, motivation, information. Period. Entertainment, motivation, information. Period. Liz, write that down. I'm going to need that on a shirt tomorrow. Woo! Entertainment, motivation, information. Period. Y'all are worried about impressing people with your nice setup and your super duper studio. Y'all ain't Oprah. Stop. And y'all do this not only with your videos, y'all do this with your clothing, y'all do this with your vehicles, you do this with your house. You're sitting around here putting on airs. Listen, man, every millionaire I know don't dress like you gaudy bastards talking about, I just want to rolly with a dapper ants. I already got some designer to pull up my pants. What kind of... Really? Are you serious right now? That's... No, fool. That's why you lose. Every single time. That is why I'm able to lap you. Every single time. Ooh, overthinker-itis. I like that, Royal Foundation. Jacking that too. Overthinker-itis. Yes, y'all worrying about things that nobody cares about. Can you do the job? Can you provide value? Are you worth what you're doing? That is what happens. All y'all do is think. And when you're not thinking, you hit me with this one. Well, Mr. Anderson, I feel like you're wasting my time telling me about your fakakta feelings that I don't really give a fakakta fly about. I don't give a whooping funt about your feelings. I don't. Can you do the job? Are you cutting the check? No. Goodbye. Can you do the job? Are you cutting the check? No. Goodbye. Y'all get caught up in this stuff. Y'all get caught up in this bleeding heart, tree-hugging, nonsensical BS that does not help you at all. And because you're worried about the superficial, people are going light years past you. I know cats right now who are millionaires, and you would never know that they're millionaires because they don't wear their money. That's what new money does. And it's gaudy, and it's disgusting, and it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? And it's not even for no purpose. Y'all just do it because you think that's what you're supposed to do. Because you see Puffy doing that. But when you see Puffy out of costume, he's real relaxed. You're doing what everybody else expects you to do because that's what they've been conditioned to believe. You're not doing what makes sense for your business. I ain't doing it. I ain't going to do it. I'm not going to go out here and buy no suicidal fly-ass hype car for you. Next car I'm looking at is a minivan. I'm telling y'all that right now. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't going to buy no brand new car. You want to know why? Because it depreciates by about, $6,000-7,000 by the time I take it off the lot. Why would I do that? That is what you call a bad investment. I need an A to B, maybe an A to C, maybe an A to F type of vehicle. But I ain't going no further down the alphabet because that's when you start to fly. Because F is for flying. You catch that? Catch that right there. They're not worried about the superficial. Your superficiality is going to kill you, which comes back to your ego. Ego goes for more than just what it sounds like. Edging God out. Edging greatness out. You know, and what's going on is y'all think that you can just go ahead and just, superficial things yourself into greatness. You think that you can just, stunt in front your way into greatness, and that's not how any of this works. So I'm telling you right now, if you have not gone and signed up for the YouTube course, go to bit.ly/YouTube bully and make that happen. So, just to recap, the 5 reasons your competition is killing you, and I'm going to give you all the last one, and then we're going to have some dialogue. Your competition is not focused on you. They're focused on winning. Number 4, they know the value of a team, and will invest in order to make the changes and get rid of the minutia. Number 3, they're focused on the next 3 goals while you're still planning your first. That means they're moving 3 times faster than you, in case you haven't caught that mathematics yet. All right? Also, they're not worried about the superficial. So, now, the number one reason, in my professional opinion, as to why your competition is killing you is because they embrace change, audience, and technology. They embrace change, audience, and technology. Listen, there was a song, I remember I was in high school, the song said, everything must change, nothing stays the same. The young become the old, and mysteries do unfold. You know, there's many things in life you can't be sure of, but rain comes from the clouds, sun lights up the sky, and hummingbirds do fly. In other words, change is inevitable. You best be ready for it when it comes. But y'all don't do that, do you? No, y'all sit back and wait. Y'all ain't going to be satisfied until you're Ask Jeeves. Y'all ain't going to be satisfied until you're Lycos. Y'all ain't going to be satisfied until you're Hotmail. Y'all ain't going to be satisfied until your Blockbuster Video. Y'all ain't going to be satisfied until you Hollywood Video. Y'all ain't going to be satisfied until you're Daewoo. Y'all ain't going to be satisfied until you are one of these people who had a spark when they started, but now they're just garbage. I'm talking about those who could have really made it happen, made an impact, but they could not get out of their own way. I'll give you a better example. If you were focused on change, audience, and technology, you wouldn't have issues. This is what I'm saying. Now, most of you have never been in the same room with, but some of you I have, and never, ever, if we've ever been at a bar, have I heard you order a rum and Pepsi. It's called a rum and Coke, because that's what people call it. It's not called an adhesive bandage, it's called a Band-Aid, because that's what people call it. You see what I'm saying to you? Now, Coke has had the same logo since the beginning of time. Pepsi has had like 60 logo changes. Why? Pepsi lost their mind back in 84 and tried to get, Coke lost their mind in 84 and tried to change the formula. They had to change that thing back because the consumer was like, what is this? I can't get down with this BS. What are you doing to me? So you have to understand that you need to embrace change, audience, and technology. In other words, change is always going to come. The technology is going to come. The way you go about things. Embracing social media, embracing live streaming, embracing podcasting, embracing YouTube, embracing Facebook Live, and embracing everything where your audience has already embraced is critical to your business. MySpace didn't learn this either, did they? And Justin Timberlake thought he was going to save MySpace. Well, he was wrong, wasn't he? Because last time I checked, half of y'all ain't checked the MySpace account since 2006. Maybe 2007, and I'm being generous by going that deep. So, because you're not embracing the technology, you are losing, and those who embrace the technology will win. I tell this to people all the time. If you think I like getting on live stream and having multiple devices set up and having, selfie ring lights and sitting up in here and telling y'all things that y'all should already know and having to plug 1,000,001 times to go to bit.ly/YouTube bully in order for y'all to get this work, you would be sadly mistaken. I hate doing it, but guess what? I have to make money, and because I have to make money, this is what I have to do. You want to know why? Because this is where the people are, and because this is where the people are, that's where I am. It is that simple. You see what I'm saying? So you either want to be Coke, or you want to be Pepsi, or you want to be RC Cola, or you want to be one of these other whack ass brands that can't make things happen, and then you get snuffed. I'll give you a better example of Coke versus Pepsi. Last year, Coke ran this campaign, and it was like, share a Coke with Stacy, share a Coke with Elizabeth, share a Coke with Chuck. And then when they did it with the 2-liter bottles, like, share a Coke with the team, share a Coke with your family, share a Coke with your party-going friends, whatever the case may be. Pepsi responded by emojis. And people were like, well, what are we supposed to do with emojis on a Pepsi bottle? I'm confused. I don't understand the optics. And that's what winds up happening. You get jacked up by things that do not matter. You get jacked up by things that do not make sense. And as a result, you lose every single time. You have to embrace change. You have to embrace what your audience is telling you. If your audience is telling you that they want you to sing a jingle or, give them a catchphrase or give them a hashtag they can rally behind, you need to be up on that. And you have to be not just on the technology that you're used to. You have to be up on the technology where the people are. All of it. Whether you like it or not, whether you agree with it or not, be there. If it fizzles out, so be it. But if there are people there, that might be one more sale that you missed out on because your ego would not allow you to get on that technology. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the problem. And those are 5 reasons why your competition is killing you, which brings me to my point. YouTube is the 2nd largest search engine on the planet. Why isn't your business on YouTube? Oh, because I don't like the way I look on camera. Nobody cares. Oh, because I don't have time to edit professionally. There are plenty of people who can edit professionally for you. That's easy. I teach you that in the class. I also teach you how to make money, not only from YouTube, but from your videos in the beginning, the middle, and the end of your videos. My course is a 10-week course, and it is literally changing lives. People are going in and doing things they never thought they were capable of doing. So if you have not signed up yet, go to bit.ly/YouTube bully, all lowercase, all one word, bit.ly/YouTube bully, and get ready to change your life. I don't understand why people are not in this course, because the people who are in this course are winning. And all I'm saying to you is, if you have not gotten yourself in a position to win, you need to do that. But I'm telling you right now, if in fact you're having issues with search engine optimization, and you're not good with keywords and things of that nature, YouTube is a big help. Here's why. You don't go and do an internet search. Look at that. Somebody trying to interrupt my broadcast. I'll be damned. Y'all better go on somewhere. You don't do an internet search. You know what you do? You Google it. And when you're done Googling it, guess what you do? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you know what you do. What do? You very simply put yourself in a position to do what you do best, which is what? Oh, people. Let me tell you what it is. You Google it. And when you Google something, guess what comes up and what Google likes to favor in the search results? YouTube videos. Now, YouTube has issues when it comes to Facebook because Zucks doesn't like to play fair, but I have a workaround for that too that will still help you get listed and help you get ranked. But I'm not giving that stuff away for free. So what you need to do is go on over there to bit.ly/YouTube bully. bit.ly/YouTube bully. And for those of you, because you stuck with me through this broadcast, I'm going to give you a discounted rate. So you can go to bit.ly/YouTube bully. Hey, what's up from Texas, Felicia? Hi, Felicia. I'm not going to say bye, Felicia. I'm going to say hi, Felicia. You go to bit.ly/YouTube bully. And then when you go in the checkout, in capital letters, all one word, put in the code bully discount and you'll get 20% off. Why? Because I'm awesome. That's why. Why? Because I want you to win, that's why. Why? Because I ain't playing no games, that's why. So, bit.ly/YouTube bully, that's how you need to get down. That's what you need to do to make it happen. And that's just what it is. You know how to reach me. If you have not ever gotten a hold of me, let me give you my email address so you can contact me personally. My email address is dave@businessbullyshow.com. dave@businessbullyshow.com. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go out and be great. As always, get out of your feelings and into your business. I'm Dave Anderson. I'll check y'all out next time. Peace.